Hello everyone. Yeah, welcome to Ship Talk. This is actually the first episode that of this I don't know if I can call it series. But yeah, this is the first episode of the new thing that I will be posting on my YouTube. So basically the reason why I am doing this thing is because there are some other things that I am passionate with, not just going outside or traveling. So I also love anime, gaming, sports, and etc. On that one. And I know the feeling that whenever you are passionate on something, you want to talk about it, and you don't have someone to talk about it, it really sucks, especially for the introverted guys there. But I'm not introvert, so but I still want to talk about it, and I wish we can have some common grounds that we can talk about and discuss something about. So yeah, I'm kind of nervous because this is the first episode, and I hope you guys like it. So for today, on the very first episode of a Sheep Talk, what I want to talk about is a particular team in NBA called the Minnesota Timberwolves. So yes, if you are a fan of NBA, or if you are just a fan of basketball, I'm pretty sure you know them, and you know that the current update on their team is they just got defeated by the San Antonio Spurs in Game 6 for the conference semi-finals. So that leads us to the question: what's next for the Minnesota Timberwolves? Minnesota Timberwolves is a solid contender for almost 3 years straight, to which they actually went to conference finals. But it seems that they cannot just finish the job, just like Batman with all the villains in Gotham.
Bruce, I forgive you for not saving me. But why? Why on God's earth is he still alive?
In NBA, there's a really weird trend called mid-tier team, or play-in team, or some even call it mid-tier limbo. So basically, this describes the team that is good enough to get to playoffs or play in, but not good enough to win the championship. So we already saw a lot of teams, and even this past seasons, even this season, we know that there's a lot of teams who are in this kind of category. So most of the time, these teams are end up in like a 7 or a 9 seed, or even the 10 seed on their conference. So yeah, so actually, why I call this trend a weird trend, So well, because this is basically just like a midpoint for every team, that they need to study what should they do next. So basically, if they pursue much more talents to their roster, or do some trades or add more talents that can help their talents, or they can just give up on their talents to pursue tanking for the next season, But I'm not saying the Minnesota Timberwolves is in this tier, but I believe that one of their foot is currently on this level. So why did I say that they are not on this level, or it's only one of their foot is on that level? Well, basically, the main reason is their main star, Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is one of the most promising young star in NBA, and possibly one of the candidate to be the face of the league in the near future. And he really went above and beyond these playoffs, despite being injured during their battle against the Nuggets. So, but despite of his efforts, they fall to the Spurs. I'm sorry, which is actually not a surprise, for me, because well, if we are checking the roster between the two, it's clear to say that even though the San Antonio Spurs has not much experience in playoffs, they have a much better team, including the positions. In every positions, they outplay Minnesota Timberwolves, and I believe only Anthony Edwards really stepped up on this one. So yeah, and because of this, it really exposed what the Minnesota Timberwolves needs. Anthony Edwards needs help.
This is not a test. It's the real deal. Help me. Help me.
So Edwards really need someone who will step up with him if things went go downhill. I'm talking about like Sir Bronn of the Blackwater with Jaime Lannister during their battle with Daenerys in the Battle of the Gold Road in the Game of Thrones season 7 episode 4. So that level of help. If you're in a social media, or if you're just scrolling every day, actually there's a lot of speculations, and a lot of people wants the Minnesota to get someone for Ant's help, and that is the Greek Freak himself, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So yeah, but pursuing Giannis to go in the Minnesota Timberwolves, I believe is the Minnesota really needs to give up a lot. I believe including Rudy Gobert and a bunch of first round picks. But will it be beneficial to the Minnesota Timberwolves? Yeah, of course. It is Giannis Antetokounmpo, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and a former champion. And him being on the other team, he will make an impact, of course. But will it be beneficial to Karl Anthony Towns? Sorry, on Anthony Edwards. Well, that's the question, because as far as for my perspective, what Ant needs is someone who can really be his Robin, not someone who will be his Batman and he will become the Robin. But of course, Giannis will be a very big help if he really went to Minnesota Timberwolves. Now let's talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves itself. The team itself. As I was clear earlier, what Ant need is a second option. So basically, someone who can help us without compromising he, Anthony Edwards himself. Because there are times that some second unit actually, instead of helping the team, it create much more problems. So that is what Minnesota needs to focus now. But I want to talk about a certain player who are already in the Minnesota. So right now, the Timberwolves has 8 players who are going into the free agency, and 5 of them is unrestricted. So one of the people that I want Timberwolves to bring back, and I would love this if they pursue this, is Ayo Dosunmu. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce it correctly, but Ayo Dosunmu is one of the players that really went through these playoffs. This guy's performance in playoffs is a pretty good. Especially when someone's needs to step up. If you remember, his offensive performance was highlighted during the Minnesota's run against Denver, where he actually averaged 22 points per game and shooting 60% field goals and 50% in threes in 32 minutes. So that's actually a really big help for Anthony Edwards. Now, yes, Anthony Edwards was injured during that time, but the concept of him being a reliable, that he will be delivered this kind of number, even if Anthony Edwards is not on the floor or having a bad day, is something that really, I believe, can help the team. So yeah, as we are talking with the Minnesota Timberwolves team as a whole, I believe we need to discuss 2 players within the team. So I think you already know who I am talking about, and that is the 2 stars with Anthony Edwards on this Minnesota Timberwolves team, which is Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle. So yeah, I believe there are the second and third option for this team, and I don't know if this is the path that they should pursue in the future. So yeah, but first of all, I want to discuss about Rudy Gobert on this one. So I saw a lot of people wants Rudy Gobert to be traded because of his performance that they saw against Wembanyama in the game 6 of the playoffs. Now, I believe he should stay. Yeah, I believe so. So now, why? Why do you think that I said that? And well, I believe he's still one of, if not the one of, if not the best defensive player in league right now, and I can assure you that he is one of the best defensive player of all time. You know, a multiple all-time defensive and four-time defensive player of the year is something else. Now, he still leads the defensive rating this season while playing in 31 minutes per game. So if you check, he ranks 12 in the defensive win share, fourth among the centers. So he is behind Chet Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama, and Isaiah Hartenstein. I wish I said the name correctly. And if you actually considered players who only played for 30 minutes, he is fourth over he is fourth overall and first in the center position, which is actually crazy because you know we are talking about the new generation of centers, Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren, and still Rudy Gobert is still on the conversation with them. So now we're gonna talk about the other guys that I've told earlier, which is Julius Randle. So for Julius Randle, unlike Jokic, I cannot defend him. You know, it's clear to say, you know, even in the next days, you know, he is really good and he is really efficient in the regular season. But if we're talking about the playoffs, there are something missing with him, and it also shows again this season. And I believe that this is I know Randall was became a big part of their team, especially last year when they reached the conference finals with him as the second option. But if we're talking about the reality, um Randall needs to go. Yeah, Randall needs to go. If you guys know, next season Randall has a 33 million on his contract, which is the 20% of Timberwolves cap space. So that's a huge amount of money for um the guy who with that performance. So I'm not saying he's bad. You know, I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is maybe he will be much better if he is a third option and not a second option. So what they can do, I believe, is, you know, it's either trade him for some good, if the Minnesota Timberwolves got lucky, they can get a good player with him in the trading. But I believe that's a really impossible one because of his contract. Also, if they really want to get rid of his contract, they need to accept some role players and picks for him. So, and that's just for to get rid of his contract. But you know, there are teams in there that looking for someone who will be their third option. I believe Randall is a third option guy actually. So if some teams that well, they're looking for this kind of player, Timberwolves should pursue them, you know, because if they didn't, I can assure you that they cannot do anything that much on the upcoming free season. So yeah, now we've already talked about the team itself and Anthony Edwards, who is the star of Minnesota Timberwolves. Now we are talking about, you know, the upcoming big events for the Minnesota Timberwolves, which is the free agency. So the free agency right now is I'm not saying it's stacked as the past, but you know there are some really decent players that that is in the free agency block. So unfortunately for the Minnesota Timberwolves, they don't have that much cap space to sign someone who can really uh help the team in a larger impact, you know, as unless, you know, as I said earlier, they trade some players who has this really big contract for a pick that will create a cap space for the players who they want to pursue. So but you know we are but you know let's just say that Timberwolves really trade someone who and they create a cap space. So who should they pursue on this one? So there's actually a lot of really good players that might help them One of them I believe is Jonathan Kuminga, so who I think can help Timberwolves, and how he helped Golden State win the champion last 2022. Jonathan Kuminga is a pretty decent player, both offensively and defensively. As you remember, that's actually one of the things that highlighted on him during his run with Golden State, and helping them win a championship. And also he's also young. That's actually one of the factors that affected. That um if him and Anthony Edwards really clicked in, they can be there for a long run. They can be the dynamic duo that the Minnesota Timberwolves, the dynamic duo that will bring Minnesota Timberwolves to the NBA Finals and win a championship. So yeah, Jonathan Kuminga is one of them. Also, if they can also pursue on this player, if they can create a small amount of cap space for this one, and if he became healthy, actually, they can also pursue Kobe White. So Kobe White is currently on the Charlotte Hornet, but he got injured. So I believe he was injured. So if he can hell you can if Minnesota Timberwolves can pursue him to have him as their starting point guard. I know he's a really good scorer, even getting 20 points and playing 30 minutes like last year when he is healthy, so he can produce that much point, and can play for that long. So I believe he can really help in the scoring category, and also if he develop passing, that will be a really good addition to the team. So yeah, now let's talk about trade. This is also one of the things that the Minnesota Timberwolves can do to give Anthony Edwards the help that he needed for the upcoming seasons in the NBA. So again, just like I said earlier, Minnesota Timberwolves is not a mid-tier limbo team, because they can really compete, but they just need help. So one of the players that they can pursue, and even if you're on the internet, you already seen this a lot, but Giannis Antetokounmpo is the guy that they can pursue. I know, I'm not sure if Giannis will be staying in the Milwaukee Bucks. He said he wants to, but there's no assurance on that one. And after the Lakers and Dallas Mavericks trade with Luka Doncic, I know everyone is not safe now. Even if you are the star player on the team, I don't know about Luka, because he's the MVP and the defensive player of the year, and he brought them championship. So yeah, but this will be really hard for Minnesota Timberwolves without giving up some of their really good pieces. And also another thing that I think they should pursue this preseason is Kawhi Leonard. So I'm pretty sure Kawhi is sorry is I'm pretty sure like 70 to 80%, like that the Clippers is done with Kawhi Leonard's, or Kawhi is done with the Clippers. So it's like a vice versa thing. But I'm pretty sure some of one each party, one of the party is done with another. So yeah, there's a high chance that he will be moved this off season, or maybe during the season. And I think that is one of the players that Minnesota Timberwolves needs to pursue. We know what Kawhi is really capable of, and we can see it especially in playoffs, and I believe that he can help Minnesota Timberwolves in a much bigger and create a big impact with the team if they try to compete next season. And now for the last thing that I want to talk about is the draft for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So this draft class is a pretty stacked draft class. If they have a really good scout, they can actually get someone who can maybe help their team, maybe not immediately, but if they develop it, it will be a really good piece on Minnesota Timberwolves. So now I cannot say that much for the Minnesota Timberwolves, but as they are sitting in 28th and 59th pick for this upcoming draft. Now if they can push it to a little higher, so maybe between 15 to 20. They probably can go with the upcoming player, Christian Anderson. So Christian Anderson is a 6'2" point guard from Texas Tech. So pretty decent offensive side, shifty in ball handling, and it's actually a pretty good jumper, though he is lack on size. So but we already saw some small point guard who can really compete in NBA, and as you all know, Jalen Brunson is one of the best example for that one. Now, why does the Timberwolves should consider this guy? Well, first of all, one of the things that this guy has is court vision and really good passing. So if you watch his highlight during his college year, he actually has a good vision, and his passing is pretty good, and he can especially on the people under the rim. So if they drafted him and he really clicked with the team, he will be a really good complement with Rudy Gobert, or anyone who will be on their front court position. So yeah, if Christian Anderson got developed, he might create an impact. But if we don't know if that passing or that scoring ability that he has in college um will be adopted to NBA. But it is still something that you can try on. It is a outside lottery already, so I think this is where teams should experiment on the players that they're going to draft. So yeah, to conclude everything, Minnesota Timberwolves is still a contender after the future. I believe that as long as they take care and focus on Anthony Edwards, because he is really the major piece of their team, and I believe if with the right people, they really had a chance to win in the NBA Finals. So yeah, also maybe they can I know there's like an emerging teams, especially in the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs and the reigning champion, the OKC, and with the right with the right players, I believe Timberwolves can compete with those team in the near future. So yeah, and maybe and it is one of those teams who are really exciting to see on what they're going to do, and I hope they do something on their team, because it is really a promising team. So yeah, actually that's all for today. I'm sorry, I'm kind of nervous on some of the time, sometimes that I'm talking, and because this is my first episode, and I hope you guys like it. Please comment down below if you have something to discuss. This is the reason why I actually opened this series, or whatever it is called, to discuss something that you guys like and I like, so and we can talk about it. We can talk about it. I'm sorry. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys like the first episode of Ship Talks, and hope you see you next, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.